Everything. Everything, man. Whatever I can put my hands on, I'm eating. The case is going, I had 8, 9 causes of action. They put it down, they whittled it down to one cause of action. So they were bribed by, I don't know, probably Dana White, Etel, any one of those. Like some of these motherfuckers, nearly all of these motherfuckers, I shouldn't say all of them, but I climbed as high as I could without cheating. And all I get at the top end was more cheaters. The fights had happened after all the gambling is done, after everything was done. So, corruption from the bottom, from the top. That's all it was, just corruption, these guys.
All right, guys, this is Crazy Kev here, and I'm here with the one, the only, Mr. Mark Hunt. Mark, how we doing, my man?
Good, Crazy Kev. What do they call you, Crazy Kev? Are you crazy?
A little bit, I guess so. Yeah, man. So, Mark, man, you're a legend. It's an honor to talk to you. I mean, talk us a little bit more about what you kind of been up to, since it's been a little bit since we've seen you outside the cage, or since we've seen you in the cage.
Yeah, man, just living life, to be honest, just doing pretty much just living life, man, not doing anything with fighting. Just I'm actually helping my partner's son, just doing a bit of training here and there. Not really much at all, just living life, brother. That's it.
Very nice, very nice. So when it comes to living life, I mean, what do you typically like to do when it comes to outside of fighting?
Hanging out with the kids.
Very nice.
That's basically all it is pretty much just hanging out with the kids and just spending time with the people I spend time with. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's definitely awesome, my man. And when it comes to your fighting career, I mean, you've obviously fought a ton of legends and whatnot. I mean, who do you think was maybe one of your toughest opponents that you've ever had in your career?
I'm thinking myself. I don't think it's been any one opponent that's been pretty tough for me. It's been pretty much the battle within myself. That's pretty much the only battle that's hard to try and conquer. Once you conquer that, you pretty much can do anything.
Yeah, no, fair enough, man. And when it comes to your career, I mean, when you were training and stuff, what was maybe some of your favorite memories that you had in the gym?
Well, I don't like training, to be honest. I think a lot of people know that anyway. So I'm not one to be training, and to be honest, all the time. But I think just the journey itself, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just the journey of being a prize fighter, just going around the globe and pretty blessed to have that life, to have that lifestyle, and yeah.
Fair enough. Now, when it comes to when you were fighting and stuff, when you would have to travel all over the world, what was maybe some of your favorite places that you went to, and maybe some of your favorite things that you might have saw?
Well, I mean, I spent 10 years in Japan in the K1 days and the Pride days, and the Dream Stage days. I mean, I love America. I mean, I've been all around the globe through fighting, which is really cool. So, I mean, yeah, I don't really travel that much anymore, which is I like. I don't really like planes, which is all, I like fucking flying. It sucks, but I think spending more time at home, to be honest, is what I like to do. Chilling out.
Fair enough. Now, you mentioned you don't like flying. What's up with that? Did you have a bad experience with that, or you just don't like it in general?
Bro, flying sucks, that, bro. It's just, it's the worst thing for it. Is like, living out of a suitcase, to be honest. That's what I felt. I felt like living 20 years of my life, actually 33 years as a fighter, probably 25 as a pro fighter. But living out of a suitcase, traveling all over the place, doing camps, and that lifestyle of living out of the suitcase is kind of crazy. So, but mind you, to be a prize fighter at the top end, you got to be a bit fucking loopy anyway. So you got to be a bit nutty to fucking do this profession. That's for sure. So, and it's only for the chosen, to be honest. So yeah.
Yeah. No, it definitely makes sense, man. And when it comes to after your fights were all done, what would you typically do after a win?
Eat a lot of food.
Nice. What kind of food?
I eat everything, bro. Everything, man. Whatever I can put my hands on, I'm eating. No, I like eating. I've always been one to just eat for the hell of it, and just sit down and have a good meal with the family or whoever. So, yeah, eating.
Fair enough. Now, when you're eating, I mean, would you have any like beers or anything like that when you're out to eat too?
No, it's you're either eating or you're drinking. It's like fighting. You either do it or you don't. You don't say maybe. You always do one or the other.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
Nice. No, that's definitely awesome, man. And you mentioned like competing in Japan. I mean, how do you think the promotions back in Japan used to treat you and stuff, and like K1, all that different stuff?
No, it was good times in Japan. Working in the Pride and Dream companies in K1. They were really good. Had their trials and tribulations in the end, but like every company, you have trials and tribulations. It's always about a happy medium, or otherwise you get into some serious issues.
Yeah,
You
no
know what I
doubt
mean?
about it. Yeah, no, 100%. And obviously you were the king of the walk-off KOs. What was maybe one of your favorite walk-off KOs that you had?
I think it's the walk I'm about to do on Dana White and UFC. Yep.
Yeah.
That's about that's the biggest walk off in history that's about to happen. So yeah.
Yeah. Now, can you talk to us a little bit more about what's going on with that?
Well, I mean, I started a lawsuit on against Zuffa and Dana White et al. Because I wanted an even playing field. I wanted them to stop allowing steroids and promoting steroid users. I don't think it's a fair thing, and I think if someone had died while they were doing it, touch wood, no one has because of it. They should be in for murder. Premeditated murder is what I call it. If someone dies while they're about to compete, what the worst thing about it is if the company knew about it. The thing about this lawsuit, what I didn't realize, I filed this lawsuit over 8, 9, nearly a decade ago, in the UFC 200, and they pulled the main card off John Jones and Cormier because John Jones popped. Before that, I was telling Dana, can I get a clause in my contracts, so if I fight a doping opponent, that he doesn't get no funds, because why should I have a blemish in my record because he can't cut it and train properly and take a shortcut? Me being one of the oldest that was working in that company at the time, kind of found it pretty weak from opponents, especially when they said, I took steroids this year, a fucking piece of shit shortcut taker, and you should be treated like every other cheat. Like, you shouldn't be put on a pedestal like these fuckwits are. You should be fucking taking your titles off, taking your money, and be punished for it, just like they do in society with fucking criminals and cheats. But the thing about this is, I had a law firm that a lady named Christina Denning and Brian Boshi. This law firm lied to me for 7.5 years. They lied to me. They took my money and they said, the case is going. I had 8, 9 causes of action. They put it down. They whittled it down to 1 cause of action. So they were bribed by I don't know, probably Dana White et al. Any one of those motherfuckers. They paid off my lawyers, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah. And she lied to me for 7.5 years. These motherfuckers, man, took my money, lied to me, and they tried to make my case go down to 1 cause of action. And what happened was I had to had to get another law firm. And the law firm I got was a fucking another piece of shit. Who was a guy that was only after money. I paid him $15,000 US to launch the appeal. It was filed, and in 2 days the intent to appeal was put forward, and it was approved within 2 days. And what happened after that? It was the day of mediation. This fucking cocksucker Popok, he decided to say, "Oh, you know what? I want the $20,000. Otherwise, I'm not going to do the mediation." I'm like, "What? I've been waiting 7.5 years, and because you're a fucking piece of shit, you don't want to." I said to him, I said to this guy, "Where's your fucking heart?" And he's like, the chick in the mouth doesn't work, Mark. Well, and I was like, "What the fuck? Come on, man. Day of mediation you're supposed to do it." He just left the case. He didn't do the mediation, and he jumped off the case. I don't want to fucking do it.
Wow.
So I'm dealing with powerful people here. I'm dealing with a guy named Ari Emanuel, Dana White, all these people that are hundreds of billions of dollars. I've got no money. I actually became a pro se litigant. My the Ninth Circuit made me a pro se litigant to do this case. And right now where it sits, we're just sitting here waiting for the orders from the judges. Dana White, Brock Lesnar, they've got issues. They're going to jail, because after the civil RICO comes a criminal contravention. Doesn't matter what people say to me, he's going to jail. And for one of the things they did for sure was perjury. They lied under oath, both of them. So that's 5 to 20 years. So regardless of what people say about me, what I'm saying to you, this is where the case sits right now.
Okay. Yeah, no, definitely.
They've got serious problems, and it doesn't matter what narrative they put out about me. It's like I'm CTE or crazy. I'm a pro se litigant. It's about to change history, not just combat sports, fighting sports, or contact sports.
Yeah. Wow, that's definitely some interesting stuff there. Now, when it comes to Brock Lesnar, I mean, if he was watching this video, I mean, what message do you have to Brock?
He's going to jail. He knows he's going to jail. Him and Mr. McMahon are going to jail for that trafficking rubbish they did. They're just scumbags, to be honest. I think the higher up they get with more money, the more stupid they get.
Now, when you're fighting Brock Lesnar, I mean, how strong did he feel in the cage and stuff too?
Well, despite what people say to me, like, "Oh man, the whole world knew he was on steroids, Mark. You could have just looked at him." But there's no way I'm going to go look at someone and say, "Oh, like." I could say to them if I went to court, there's like, I look at you and look at like you're stupid. Are you stupid? I don't know if you're stupid or not because I don't actually know. That's the truth. You'll have to go and take blood from that guy to know that he was doping or not. To be honest, so I mean, like I said, he was above average. The funny thing about UFC 200 was really sad. They didn't even weigh him properly, a public weigh-in. They did everything to make this guy go through the fight.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't even think about that. Now, when it comes to when you got that matchup, I mean, did you consider like not taking that matchup at all? I mean, how come you took that fight and everything?
Well, I mean, taking the fight is like a normal fight on my contract. I mean, it was like he said I was told the same time everyone else was who was fighting. To be honest, at the end of the day, it was ended up being I asked Dana and I said, is this guy being tested? Why did you give him this exemption for? Why did you give Brock Lesnar the exemption? It was an extraordinary exemption, and he didn't fit any of it. So why did you give it to him? And the only reason I knew is which I found out in Discovery later on, is that they all knew. They all knew that he was on steroids. USADA knew, Dana White, Jeff Novinsky, Hunter Campbell, the Las Vegas Commission, all these dirty corrupt motherfuckers knew. They all knew.
So when do you think they knew he was on steroids and stuff? When they offered you to fight afterwards? How fast do you think they knew?
They knew the moment they made a deal with this guy. And it was in I think it was in March. The fight was in June, I think. And it's all evidence. that's this whole scenario. People sit there laughing at me, but this whole case is evidenced. Motherfuckers are screwed.
Yeah. Okay. So now when it comes to your MMA career, like when you got that fight and everything, do you have any regrets on taking that fight now after looking back on everything?
I don't, because, my purpose in life is, I thought it was supposed to be a prize fighter. I climbed as high as I could without cheating, like some of these motherfuckers, nearly all of these motherfuckers. I shouldn't say all of them, but I climbed as high as I could without cheating. And all I get at the top end was more cheaters. And then not only were there fighters cheating, but there were companies, owners of this company cheating. Not only cheating their own system they made, but trying to cheat me. They're breaking their own laws. That's the sad thing about it.
Right.
So, now, that's why I sit here and said I feel a bit cringe about that UFC title, because it's absolutely worth nothing. It's worth, the only thing I see from that title is that their company is stealing from all these fighters. Slavery contracts, mate. Slavery. That's all they are.
So when it comes to your career and stuff, like, was there any other guys that you can mention that you think were maybe also on like steroids or anything like that as well too?
Well, I mean, that's the reason, coercion is what a part of this lawsuit also. They forced me, Dana White forced me to fight a guy named Alistair Overeem. They asked me to fight a guy named Josh Barnett. You know Josh Barnett, right?
Yes.
Okay, so when they said to me, "Oh, can you fight a guy named Josh Barnett?" And I fought Josh Barnett in Pride, and everyone knows he's a freaking cheating little rat. So I asked Dana, I said, "Dana, can you put in a clause in my contract saying that if he gets caught cheating, that he gets no money? Keep the funds. Don't give it to me. Just don't give him any money, because I don't feel he deserves to get any money. Any cheaters don't deserve anything." And he said no. And then 2 days after that, he popped for steroids. And then after that, 2 weeks later, I said, oh, Mark, would you fight a guy named Alistair Overeem? I said, yeah, of course I'll fight him. But put a clause in my contract. They said again, no. But this time they said, not only if you don't fight this fight, we're going to fire you. That, my friend, is called coercion. Dana White says it all the time, oh, we don't force people to fight. Yes, you do. You forced me to fight. And I got knocked out. Why? Because I didn't want to do it. Why? Because he's a steroid cheater. So why are you guys promoting that? And why are you guys forcing people to fight? So this whole scenario, they brought it on themselves.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So when it comes to your UFC run, I mean, besides the Brock Lesnar situation, everything, I mean, how else did you kind of like enjoy your UFC career besides all that?
I enjoyed my UFC time until I felt like I was enslaved and I felt like a prisoner there, and I felt like I was getting forced to do shit I didn't want to do. You know what I mean? If you're going to do something, so at least make it an even playing field. But they didn't want to do it. So, like I said, I enjoyed my time up there when I thought I was one of the best fighters in the world until I started seeing what they were doing. They started bringing out USADA records after the fights had happened, after all the gambling is done, after everything was done. So, corruption from the bottom, from the top. That's all it was, just corruption, these guys.
So when it comes to MMA fighters on the rise, would you recommend them to try to stay away from the UFC and try to go to another league? And if so, what would maybe be a better league to kind of go for?
I can't tell anyone what to do, especially with the MMA fighters. All I can say is I'm trying to clean this shit up, and it's about to happen. As soon as these judges give the orders, things are going to change dramatically, not just for fight sports, but for all contact sports. Like I said, I've been sitting here trying to grind at this shit for such a long time now. I got lost in this battle. I'm still in this battle. But yeah, it's been an eye-opening journey, and my purpose in life is fulfilling this.
Right. Now, when it comes to you saying it could be all finished up soon, I mean, how quick do you think it could be potentially finished?
Tomorrow. It could be the next day. I just think things like this take, like I said, I feel it's going to change history, and people are going to go to jail, and there's a lot of things that's going to change, despite what people are saying. My case is a case that I gave to this Ninth Circuit with a bow wrapped in it. I'm not even a fucking lawyer, but me and I had help with my partner, my son. We did things together, and they've got expensive, $1,000 an hour paid lawyers, which they're pretty trash. It comes down to doing the right thing.
Right. Fair enough.
And they've done all the wrong things. All of them. They've all done the wrong things. And what's funny is they've been doing it for nearly a decade in time. And not one of them have come to me and said, oh, Mark, I'm sorry. We're sorry for putting your life on hold here while you do this lawsuit. Not one of them. Not USADA, not the commission, Las Vegas commission, not Dana White, not Frank Fertitta, not all these guys. None of them have said, oh, Mark, I'm sorry for doing this to your life and this and blah, blah, blah. But we just wanted to cheat you, and we wanted to cheat you continuously for nearly a decade and continue this lie, this collusion together for all this time, even to this day.
So why do you think like the UFC chose you to pick Brock Lesnar out of everybody in the UFC that it could have been?
I have no clue, and at the end of the day, I was feeling like it was to my detriment, but it's not to my detriment, it's to their detriment. They picked the wrong person to try and say, oh, Mark will take any fight, he'll fight any steroid cheater. That is not the truth. There's a line that I drew, and I said, what, I'm gonna say something about these guys, because I fought cheaters my whole fucking entire career. I broke my hands fighting these scumbags that couldn't cut it, to even hang out with someone like me at the top end. Yet they sit here, and it makes me laugh. They put these fucking drop kicks in the UFC Hall of Fame. That's why I laugh, because it's garbage. It's just rubbish. I don't understand it. When Lance Armstrong got caught, what do they do to him finally? when he finally came out and said, "Yeah, I'm a fucking steroid cheat." What happened to him?
Yeah.
What do they do with the UFC fighters? Oh, you're inducted into the Hall of Fame, John Jones.
Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting. It's definitely some good points that you're kind of bringing up here. And
There's
you
no
know,
good points. It's actually the truth. People,
right,
people. It's hard for people to understand or even fathom something like this, even to grasp it. Even if I told you, like I'm telling you now, even if I showed you, you wouldn't believe me. People don't believe me. They said, "Ah, you're crazy." I'm not crazy. I'm just my IQ is pretty high.
right.
You guys just don't want to believe it.
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough. No, it's definitely some good things that you brought up here. And you know, when it comes to you outside of the cage, man, I mean, you're getting back to kind of life outside of fighting. I mean, what kind of music do you like to listen to, Mark?
I like everything. I've been listening to all sorts of music. It depends on what I'm up to. And if I'm eating, bit of fucking opera, it doesn't matter. Anything is good. I like chilling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. When it comes to
Yeah.
chilling, I mean, do you ever go to any concert or anything like that during your free time?
No, I play a lot of games. I play a lot of games.
Oh, there you
I
go.
play. I stay at home. I game a lot, so I'm a gamer. I go into the metaverse and I go. That's what I love to do. I just get into the metaverse and get lost.
Nice. What's maybe some of your favorite games you like to play, Mark?
I just started one. It was. It's called. Let's have a look at my game schedule. I was just been playing Sniper Ghost Warrior, but I've been playing this one here. It's called Once Human's pretty good. Once Human.
I have not played that. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like the metaverse. You go into a virtual world. There's different time zones around the world, and you build your own. It's like survival.
Okay. Okay.
It's survival. You got to get your backpack on. You go and start building your foundation. Put a house down. You start putting. It's like a lot of the games these days on the virtual world. It's either that or I play Counter-Strike. So
Very nice. Very nice.
I shoot people or I build shit.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And what's I mean, I guess how long have you kind of been gaming for, man?
Fuck, ever since I was a kid, I was like I'm 50 years old now, but as a kid, it was like my escape from reality. I used to go and hotwire games and play games so I can, forget about my life situation.
Nice, nice. So what do you typically play on? You're playing on PC, I guess?
Yeah, I've never been a console guy. I've been a PC guy. This is my traveling one. I normally take this because I'm at my partner's house, so I take this. This is my partner there. So, I take this wherever I go and set it up, and I just game.
How come you don't like the consoles?
Well, I mean, it's easy to throw. It's easy to throw. You know what I mean? It's like fucking you lose. Fuck.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just I'm a mouse PC guy.
Okay, fair enough. That's definitely awesome, Mark. And Mark, obviously, you've been a beast in the cage, but I mean, what's maybe some things that maybe fight fans might not know about you?
That my alter ego is pretty crazy. That's my alter ego in gaming is fucking violent and it's racist and it's abusive and it does fucking whatever the fuck it wants.
Yeah, no,
but
okay.
so long as it stays in the metaverse, it's okay.
Right. Now, who do you typically play with when you game?
I have a group of friends that I play with. The internet is slow here, so I can't really game with the guys on Counter-Strike because I have to I don't like dying. So yeah.
Fair enough. That's definitely awesome, Mark. And Mark, man, one thing about me is I'm a Taekwondo instructor myself. I've been a teacher for 6 years, and I've been trained since I was 5 years old. What's that?
Is that the kicking art?
Sure is. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Yep. So I've been training for 19 years now. I started when I was 5 years old. So I love martial arts, Mark. And with all the guys at my martial arts gym, what advice do you give to them to keep on coming into the gym and to get better and better every class?
Consistency and all the time, just turning up. Whether you don't feel good or if you're just turning up to the gym. Maybe there's a lot of days that I didn't want to go to train. But even though one of the worst things I don't like doing is training. But I always managed to get there. I didn't take shortcuts. I always managed to get up, do what I had to do until I had to run all the time until I couldn't start running. I started to change to swimming. I did something else. I was always, I was kind of selfish. To be honest, to be a top end prize fighter, I was pretty selfish, and had to think about myself. And a lot of the times I didn't think about myself, I got fucked up because I went into the fight and I wasn't fucking ready. So you know what I mean? I thought about everyone else, and that's the problem when you're a top end prize fighter. You got to think about yourself first.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's a solid message. I definitely think consistency is very key. And Mark, man, it's been an honor talking to you. What's maybe your final message out there to the fans watching this video?
Well, yeah, like I said, I've hopefully with free fighting gave me my purpose, and that was to ultimately and hopefully change combat sports, not just combat sports, but all contact sports. So hopefully it becomes an even playing field where these dopers don't get promoted, and these companies don't allow these dopers to go forward. Because if you can't do it properly, you have to do it by cheating, then you shouldn't be there. Okay, so do everything properly, and that's it. Stay true to your beliefs, and that's it, man. Everything will fall in place. Find your purpose in life, and that's it.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's an awesome message. Mark, thank you so much for taking the time. It means a lot to me, and best of luck with everything you got going on.
All right, man. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Yes, sir.